Marriage is one of the biggest commitments you'll ever make.
Entrepreneurship is one of the hardest journeys you'll ever take.
And when you choose to build a business and raise a family at the same time,
you face challenges most marriages never have to navigate.
We know because we've lived it.
We've experienced seasons of misalignment, financial pressure, and moments where growth tested our connection.
Not because we lacked love, but because building something meaningful together requires conversations most couples aren't prepared for.
Welcome to Entrepremarriage. I'm Micah.
And I'm Mahogany.
This podcast exists to help couples build wealth
without losing the marriage.
Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. We are here with another bonus episode. You know, it's how we kind of talk about what's on our mind, current events, things that's going on, and how we can relate it all back to marriage. So it's a few things that's been going on around the social media that's very interesting. How are we going to start it off, my love?
Well, there's so much. First of all, I feel like social media is like always throwing things at us. And some of it just sticks sometimes and some of it doesn't. If it wasn't for social media, I definitely would not be in the know of current events. But what I saw last week was pretty bizarre, if it's true. That's the other side. Yeah, you never know it's true. You can only take it with a grain of salt. So as we give our opinions tonight, and just take it with a grain of salt. Don't go too deep. Don't go in the comments and bashing us and all those things.
No, come on and bash and state your opinion.
Well, I mean, if you're bashing, then fine. But
not bash.
It's not that deep.
State your opinion.
But yeah, so first thing I saw was this whole entire Chris Brown making out with the married woman on stage. Now, I am a Chris Brown fan. Let me just start by saying that. I know he beat up Rihanna, but that was a long time ago, and people can change. So let's just give the man a little grace, okay? He dedicated the rest of his life to be a freak.
Yeah. To be what?
He dedicated the rest of his life to be a freak. And
what? Okay, go ahead.
I mean, he's going city to city, town to town, making out with women, grabbing legs, and taking photos. Like,
I don't think it'd be him. It'd be the women doing it. In this situation, it was the woman, from what I saw.
Well, in this situation, no, it's Chris Brown. I'm sorry. It's Chris's fault. It's Chris's fault. Chris is up here going city to city, doing meet and greets, and like.
But this wasn't having paid. This was straight up on stage.
I mean, but same situation. Yeah. This is what he does. We know that. Y'all know what Chris Brown is known for. If you see Chris Brown, clench your pearls, baby. Especially if you paid $5,000 to see him. I heard women were paying like crazy amounts to go see him.
That's crazy.
And so he was tonguing them down. He didn't care. They didn't care.
That's legal prostitution.
And apparently this woman's husband didn't care. Because I've been watching.
I don't know I think the husband cared.
I don't think he cared. Y'all know this man, Chris Brown, made out with this woman on stage. And she made out with him back. They made out with each other.
No, she started it, though.
Well, she started it. No, Chris Brown started it. Because if you have a chair on your stage, you do it
in every city, though.
But you know what you're about to do on that chair? You know why you have a chair? To do a lap dance, to get intimate. Yeah, he does that,
but I'm saying, like, the girl started doing it. My whole thing is, she started doing this while her husband's sitting there watching. Like, yo, it's Usher's say, go and sign them papers. Because, yeah, it's over with. Like, I got it on tape. Oh, bro, I'm taking everything.
I really think, like, first of all, if you're going to make out with Chris Brown, you had it planned in your head you were going to make out with Chris Brown. So I'm pretty sure.
I agree.
She already knew. If I get pulled up on the stage, I'm making out with Chris Brown.
So you think Buddy was good with that?
I think he was. Because from what I was reading, they stayed together after the makeout sesh on stage.
So you think dude was like, hey, if you get caught on stage, you good? So Chris Brown was her hall pass?
I think that was her hall pass. Absolutely. Okay. And he's probably like, look, it's going to go viral. We're going to have a reputation from it, a good one or a bad one. It doesn't matter. We're going to be known. We're going to be able to get attention. We're going to be able to get brand deals. I haven't followed her or like, I don't know what's going on with her, but I bet you she's going to make a platform out of this situation. Because I bet you her and her husband were already in cahoots about how this concert was going to go down.
If she make a platform out of that, ain't that embarrassing to him?
Some men don't care. There's another couple. It's a mixed couple. It's a white man husband and a black female, and they have gone as far as to make an OnlyFans page, and
yeah, that's starting to get hot. I've always said
they go pretty crazy about it. Like they've pretty much put the reputations on the line. So what my point is, I think the point is like if you're gonna put yourself on the line, like sometimes it's worth it for a little cash. You might make a platform out of it. I think it was
I
intentional.
don't know if it's worth it because you do have to look at morals. And my thing is, like, when you have kids like that, man, like, you remember the girl lady who had the OnlyFans, but she was a school teacher, and all the kids and her kids went to the school. It's like, come on, bro. You like, and their kids was getting made fun of. Like, you got to have a little bit of sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as dude, like going back to the Chris Brown situation, if dude approved it, that's their business.
Right. That's how I feel.
Their business. But I don't know what it was.
Or even if he didn't approve it.
He looked a little shocked when he was in the crowd when they zoomed in on him.
Oh, they zoomed in? I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
he had the little hat on. He looked a little disappointed. You know, it is what it is. But I ain't. Yeah, that's wild to me. But
even if he didn't approve it, if he's staying with his wife, that's his business.
Yeah, that's his business for sure.
That's their business.
He wants to be the cuck man. That's his business.
The cuck man. Oh my god! Like, what does that mean? First of all, second of all, she's not gonna be with Chris Brown. That was a one-time thing. She's not gonna be with Chris Brown. Like,
I think it's the principle. It ain't about him being with Chris. That's the unless they agreed upon it. Now, if they didn't agree upon it, that's some real disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit different. But I mean, that's wild. But I mean, people pay $1,000. If I'm Chris, I'm banking on that. Like, if people pay $1,000 to take a picture of me, I was like, man, if that ain't the smartest thing you could do, and you could really just pocket it and not pay the IRS. But I ain't saying to do that. But yeah, but it's a lot going on in the media. Another thing that's going on. What was the other thing we had? You talked about Chris Brown and what else?
You wanted to talk about Pooh Shiesty.
Oh, yeah, Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. This is for the fellas, married men. This is real talk right here. So they've been talking about what Pooh Shiesty, even by the way, we're in the DFW, so this happened like right up the road. So what Pooh Shiesty did to Gucci. And shout out to my good boy Michael Gray, because I seen he talked about it on his podcast. CTM TV LR, y'all check them out. When you change like your life, like, so Gucci went to prison, got out, changed his life. Then he started putting people on in the rap business. Let's say they were bad deals, whatever it may be. I would still look at Gucci as no longer a street dude. He has a family, he has a wife, he has kids, he's got a business. Maybe his business deals aren't good, but he's learning it, right? So, you know, he's stepping into a new light. So when I found out about the Pooh Shiesty thing and Gucci got robbed, and a lot of people are saying, oh, Gucci ain't street no more, he a snitch. I'm like, I hope Gucci snitch on all of them, be honest with you, my personal opinion. And the reason why I say that is I don't ever look at Gucci no more as a street man. I look at him as Roderick Davis with a company. But what I will say is this, and I like what Gucci said. He was like, I had to look at it as just business. And I'm happy he took that route, because when you change, like when you like really on the change of who you are, you really got to change who you hang around. And like being in the rap music industry, you know, not everybody lives what they rap. Probably 90% of them don't. Probably 10% do. And Pooh Shiesty clearly one of them who lives what he raps. But I will say is you got to really change who you hang around. It don't even matter if money on the line. All money ain't good money. And the reason why I say that is because when you try to, I think Gucci saw himself in Pooh Shiesty and he tried to, let me help him out. But if he don't want to help himself out, you ain't getting nowhere. And I think we talked about this like in marriage. I try to avoid helping people who don't want to help themselves. It's just a waste of my time. So with that being said, fellas, like when you got a wife, kids, first off, stay off the street stuff. You know what I'm saying? And which I think he was on legitimate business. But you can't really you got to change everything, who you hang around. One person I talked to, he made a good point. He was like, but Gucci still raps like he's in the streets. And I was like, I fully agree. He shouldn't rap like that. However, most rap is, you know, it's subliminal. Like I would listen to probably some of the craziest rap ever when I'm in the gym, because I need that in my, I ain't gonna lie, I listen to Pooh Shiesty when I'm in the gym. He's probably my number one playlist in the gym. But I will say, when you change, you got to change everything. What you speaking about, who you hanging around, all that, especially when you got kids on the line, family on the line. And I like the way Gucci represented himself. He like, you know, they said he signed a contract under duress, whatever. Like they said he told his bodyguards, put the guns down, let them have it, basically, which is cool because now it's like, you know, you go home. I hope they do snitch on all of them. My personal opinion. But just change who you hang around, change everything about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Just move different. So that's my 2 cents on the Gucci Pooh Shiesty thing. Right. Man up.
Man up, y'all. Man up. Look, I don't know much about none of these guys. Like, but was Pooh Shiesty? You said someone's name. You see him as who?
Huh?
You say you see Pooh Shiesty as?
No, Gucci as like a grown. He's grown. He's a grown up now.
What's his name?
Gucci man.
What's his real name?
Roderick Davis.
Roderick Davis. Okay.
Yeah, Roderick Davis.
All right. Yeah. See, so that's real.
Yeah, for real, man. But you had to like change who you hang around. Like straight up. Like I don't hang around certain people now that I got a wife, kids. Just certain people I ain't about to be around. And like somebody said online, his name ain't Pooh Trustworthy.
Dang, shiesty.
Oh, man. As we talk about building wealth without losing the marriage, one thing we've learned is that growth doesn't happen in isolation. It requires the right environment and the right people around you.
That's one of the reasons we decided to join Springboard to Wealth. It's a real estate investing community focused on mindset, strategy, and taking real action, not just talking about it.
Being a part of Springboard helped us think more clearly, move more intentionally, and stay disciplined in how we approach investing.
And for us, that matters because when you're married and building, the decisions you make financially affect more than just you.
If real estate investing is something you've been considering and you want to be around serious, growth-minded investors, we encourage you to check it out.
You can find the link in the show notes to learn more about Springboard to Wealth and see if it's a good fit for you. We hope to see you there. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I was on social media, you know, those marriage groups that are like Marriage Group Unleash, Uncensored, all these different things. Well, there was one in there that was a lady griping about her husband who made a friend off of the PlayStation. Her husband made a friend off of the PlayStation, which was a female. And somehow, I don't know how, this communication got off of the app, off of the PlayStation, and it turned out they were now making phone calls to each other, having hour-long conversations in the middle of the night. So as I'm reading this, I'm reading the comments. I'm like, wow, I didn't know you can like really just make relationships with people off of the PlayStation like this. And Mike is like, yeah, you know, it's a thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I asked my homegirl, I'm like, hey, you know, how would you feel about if your husband was just like always playing with the same female in the game all the time, always like, you know, chatting with them, you know, I don't know about everyone's gaming time, but let's say if your spouse plays 2+ hours every other day on the game, you know, that's a lot of time. So how do you feel about your spouse playing with the opposite sex for long periods of time on a video game? So that was the question at hand. I know my perspective.
Yeah, but what did your friend say, and then what did you say?
My friend said, hell no.
No, you said she didn't care.
That was another friend.
Oh, okay. Because one friend said she didn't care.
The first friend on this day said, hell no. That's not happening on my watch. And I was like, yeah, I feel that. Like, you're not going to be playing long hours with females on the game. And then my other friend, she was just like, I don't see a problem with it. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's fine. So, you know, there's different perspectives. Females, I'd like to know what you guys think. And males too. I mean, if your wife is the gamer in the relationship, in our case, our husbands are the gamers in the marriage. So what would you feel about your spouse playing for hours on a regular ongoing basis, video games with the opposite sex? So, and the friend who said she doesn't have a problem with it, she grew up with a male sibling in the house. I didn't. I have brothers, but my brothers were way younger than me. So it's a very interesting topic. I'm not saying I don't trust my husband because, you know, if he were to be playing with females, it's just not my steez. I just feel like it's disrespectful to be spending too much time with the opposite sex, no matter how that looks. That's just me.
So the original thing was, I would say, because how the original story was, I was like, yeah, that's a little weird. But
it was weird.
The thing was, though, I think those are the boundaries they had in their marriage. Yeah. That he was allowed to go talk to females for hours at a time. That was what they do in their marriage. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was like, I ain't about to be talking to nobody, no female, no. He said 2:00 in the morning they was up talking. Yeah. It was something wild. I'm like,
there's a lot of wild stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's just absolutely wild. So that's the boundary she set in their marriage. So as far as that, I was telling Mahogany, I'm like, if somebody games, I'm like, it's I'm not saying there's more girl gamers, but I think the big streaming epidemic has started so many other people, like females gaming and streaming. So many females now stream and people see it and they game now, right? So what I said was, I'm like, first off, I ain't about to exchange information with nobody at all. Most of the people I exchange information with, we probably know each other in real life and I'll play with them. But like, if you in a random Call of Duty lobby, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who up in there. It could be, and especially like you running Warzone or something, it could be a female on your team. And like y'all run it back. And then y'all run a few games and then somebody send you a friend request. That can happen. But I'm like, going out your way to talk to somebody outside of that, I'm like, yeah, that's different.
That's weird.
That's
Paper
different.
vibes.
Yeah, that's different. But like, I don't know. It's a wild, I don't know. That's a wild goose chase, you know what I'm saying? But I think that goes back to the boundaries you have in your marriage. Everybody has different boundaries of what they do. Goes back to the Chris Brown thing. If dude let his wife go do that, that's his business. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has different boundaries. But the gaming thing, I'm like, I could see how you could end up playing with somebody. But like, I wouldn't, if it's just on the game, that's your business. But if it's like outside the game, that's where I think the issue comes in.
In general, with the game, I know, Micah, as we're having these conversations, you were talking about how the video game is a lot of men's peace these days, and a lot of people are not happy in their marriages anymore because of the women griping about the video game. Women, I know, if you have a man, how we feel about the video game a lot of the times. Like, you know, I've done better, I think, with giving you your time on the game. But that was interesting.
That's also knowing, like, people, are you an introvert or extrovert, right? Like, I'm real introverted. Like, I be needing my time. Like, Saturday, we went out and we had a whole day. We went to the arcade. We took the kids to the arcade. Then at the end of it, you know, our little 4-year-old started having a breakdown, a meltdown because her feet hurt. And it was just like, ugh. So when I got home, I'm like, bro, I need to go to my office and chill for a minute. So with that being said, it's just like knowing your partner. You know what I mean? It took like a long time with our marriage, is like knowing, okay, who is Micah, who is Mahogany, and understanding what we need to like fully be operational. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't sit outside all day. Like I can't, like, I remember last time we went out for St. Patrick's Day. By the time it hit the end, I'm like, yo, I'm done. Like, I'm drained. I can't do the people thing all day. I have to go back to my peace. But that's like, I'm part of growing and growth in love. You know what I'm saying? Knowing who somebody is. And you have to really take that into account when dealing with someone, and then knowing like, okay, is your battery drained? Do you need to refill? You know what I mean? And just kind of having that love and that patience with somebody. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know so many times in the past when Micah would be on the game and I would just like be boiling per hour. Like, I could feel my face getting hot. I could feel my patience getting low. And I'm just like, okay, in 20 minutes, if he's not off the game, I'm going to go in there. I'm just going to give him this look. And I'm just going to shake my head and walk out. Like, I had it all planned out. Like, and then here he come in the room. And I'm like, okay, it's all good. He got off the game. Like, it needs to be the biggest thing for me. But when I really, like he said, got to realize that that was like what he was able to do to decompress, and especially evaluating and being more aware of myself and the whole situation around me. Like, okay, well, we did just spend 8 hours outside today. I do know he's an introvert. Okay, so that's why, you know, this is his decompression. So let me, you know, let him have that time. But like, it did take a lot of being aware of like my surroundings, the whole situation as a whole, as well as, like he said, love. Like, I want him to have fun. I want him to enjoy himself when I'm doing my thing, which usually has to do with being out of the house. I don't want to be getting text every hour. Are you almost done? When are you wrapping up? Are you coming home soon? Like, I don't want to be getting text like that when I'm out trying to enjoy myself at all, because then you can't even enjoy it because you're kind of looking over your shoulder like, oh, what am I going to be faced with when I make it home or when I get done here? So I think it's so important to like let your partner be their individual selves, whatever that might look like, even if it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Because I remember, and this, like, even on the entrepreneur side, like, I remember when we first, and we talked about this before, when I had to, like, spend long hours, like, working on the business when we first got started, that would even be an issue. So it's really the time away, the time that it takes to recharge. And like if I'm out in my office and I'm building up the business and stuff, that used to take a real big toll on our marriage too. Cause it's like you're taking that time away where you could be giving it somewhere else. And that took a lot of growth on my part. Cause I remember we had this Airbnb guest and he was an older dude. And he told me one time, cause he was a business dude as well. And he said, and he used to see me like I would always be working, talk about working. He was like, man, make sure you spend time with your family. And they told me this. I think we was like 2 years into the business. No, probably like a year or two into the business. And that stuck with me. So now I'm learning how to balance it out. Like this Saturday, I was like, let's just go to the arcade as a family and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? And we really enjoyed ourselves and we had a really good weekend. You know?
Yeah. But y'all, we really enjoyed this bonus episode. We just wanted to come at y'all with some social media things we've been seeing lately. If you have any situations that you want us to discuss or any other topics you think might be interesting, don't be afraid to drop it in the comments. We're going to continue with bonus episodes, and we'd love to speak about things y'all are interested in hearing. So,
out.
If this conversation resonated with you and you want to go deeper,
join us inside the Entrepremarriage Inner Circle on Patreon. You'll find the link in the show notes. And while you're here,
make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future episodes.
You can also join our Entrepremarriage Facebook community. The link is in the description to keep the conversation going between episodes.
Thanks for watching.
Until next time,
keep building wealth
without losing the marriage.